Hi, I'm Steven, co-founder and CIO at Quantamize, and you're watching the Quantamize Global Markets AM Preview.
Stocks are muted this morning as yesterday's risk-on mood fades. Strategists at JP Morgan reiterate their bullish bias to Brazilian stocks on expectations that tighter fiscal policy and looser monetary policy will drive a virtuous cycle that will boost valuations. The bank seized the Brazilian stocks benchmark Ibovespa closing calendar year 2019 at 105,900. Up from a close of 98,026 as of yesterday. Citigroup argues that investors should expect more volatility this year. Year to date, the VIX is averaging 17.21 versus 16.80 for the same period last year. Likewise, the spread between U.S. high-yield corporate bonds and the U.S. 10-year Treasuries is 4.27 percentage points, up from 3.18 percentage points for the same period last year. The VIX is little change this morning, currently sitting at 14.61. With Eli Lilly and Elanco Animal Health out of the money calls and puts, and an MSCI Brazil ETF, ticker EWZ, out of the money puts, and Apple out of the money calls, some of the most heavily traded options in the U.S. pre-market this morning. Across the pond in Europe, while earnings season is ending better than expected, it is probably unlikely investors see further re-rating in the valuations of European stocks until we see better momentum in earnings results during calendar year 2019. Later this evening, the UK Parliament will be voting on UK Prime Minister Theresa May's new Brexit plan. Oil prices continue to edge upwards on tighter supplies from Venezuela and Saudi Arabia. Remember, as we highlighted yesterday, Saudi Arabia continues to produce well below the level of 10.31 million barrels per day that was set at the most recent OPEC meeting. Venezuelan production continues to slump following news that electric problems are making it difficult for the country to operate state-owned wells. From our popular stocks trending in the news segment, Care.com announces a set of new policies to oversee its members and providers on its site, following the wake of the Wall Street Journal article criticizing its practices. Care.com had its buy rating reaffirmed at BTIG after a Wall Street Journal article sent the company shares lower. The Wall Street Journal argues Care.com's lack of background checks and users' misunderstandings has led to quote-unquote tragic outcomes. BTIG reaffirms both its buy rating and its price target of $26. BTIG says it understands reputational risks exist, but does not see the risks of criminal liability. Tesla backtracks on plans to close stores and sell only online. Investors were left confused with the move that came shortly after announcing the closure of its stores and cuts to prices of roughly 6%. Prices will rise 3% with the announcement. Tesla CEO Elon Musk is pushing back against the SEC and its claims, saying the government is trying to muzzle him. Boeing's problems with the 737-800 MAX are growing, following China and Indonesia yesterday. Singapore, Australia, and countries in Latin America have also grounded planes. The FAA in the U.S. has declared the jet airworthy, and no U.S. airlines have stopped flying the planes. The investigation into the latest crash has just begun, so the groundings are being done out of an abundance of caution.
If you found this video helpful or informative, follow us on Twitter or subscribe to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to check out Quantamize.com for your full market preview for stocks, options, ETFs, and cryptos, and to find out what trades our AI quant models like this morning.